Now, exchanging money gets a little bit more complicated because the bank actually charges a different rate for buying foreign currency than it does for selling foreign currency. So here we have Anne working for an automotive parts distributor, and she visits Switzerland to source new parts. So on that day, the bank's selling rate of the Swiss franc compared to the Canadian dollar is 1.0501. Now, first of all, the bank selling rate means the bank is selling. That means Anne is buying. So she's going in there and buying Swiss francs, and the bank is selling them. Here, the bank buying rate, well, that means the bank is buying, so that means Anne is selling, and we're always buying and selling foreign currency. And just like when you go into the store and look at the price tag, if you go in and you see that a shirt is $9.99, we know that that's Canadian. We don't wonder, oh, I wonder if they priced that in American dollars today. No, I'm in Canada. We know if we go across to the States and we see a price tag that that's in American dollars. So the same thing when you go to the bank to buy francs, this price over here, this 1.0501, that's Canadian dollars. And that's how much they're going to charge you for 1 franc. And again, they're buying them back from you. That's in Canadian dollars. That's how much they're going to give you for 1 franc. So they're going to charge you more for a franc than they're going to give you. So we have Anne going to the bank. We want to know how many Swiss francs she would get for $400 Canadian. So we know that 1 Swiss franc is worth 1.0501 Canadian. And why did I use that rate? Well, Anne is buying. She's going in there looking for francs, so the bank is selling them to her. She's wanting to buy francs, 400 Canadian dollars worth of francs. So how much is she going to get for that 400 Canadian? Well, that's X is equal to 400 times 1 divided by 1.0501. So Anne is going to get 380.92 Swiss francs. Remember, she went in with Canadian money. She's coming out with Swiss francs. Now, for whatever reason, Anne's decided she's not going to go to Switzerland after all, and she's selling them back to the bank. Or maybe she went there, came back, and didn't spend anything. I don't know. But now she's selling Swiss francs back to the bank, so the bank is buying. So now I have to use the buying rate. It's still 1 Swiss franc, but now that Swiss franc is only worth 1.0213 Canadian dollars. Okay, she's selling them back. She's selling francs. She's not selling Canadian money, she's selling francs. So it goes up here, 380.92 Swiss francs. And we want to know how much she's going to get for them in Canadian. So solve a proportion just like we normally do. 380.92 times 1.0213 divided by 1, which isn't going to change that at all. And that gives us 389.03. She went into the bank with francs. She comes out with Canadian dollars. Now question C is asking us, what would her net loss be? Well, she went in with $400. She came out with $389.03. So to find the difference, how much she lost, we just do the subtraction, and that equals $10.97. So she lost $10.97. We always figure out that loss in our own currency too, so that'd be local currency Canadian. This is still even more simple. Let's try that. More simple than what would happen is if you walked into the bank, because the banks usually only deal in paper money. They don't give you any coins. So these numbers would actually be all a little bit different, but we won't worry about that. We'll just go with these numbers here and find out that she lost $10.97 in the deal.